Good afternoon and welcome to Medley Meeting number 705. My name is Venkat Palle, our Sergeant at Arms for today. Before start of this meeting, we have to follow some ground rules. Yes, put down our mobile in silent mode. I'll give you 5 seconds. And please do not talk about sex, politics, or religion during this meeting. Toastmasters International is a near-century-old organization, helping its members to grow in the area of public speaking and leadership abilities. As for the mission of the Toastmasters, we provide support and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Without further ado, I would like to introduce a person who carries this meeting forward, who is a Toastmaster since 2009 and looking every opportunity to refine his leadership and communication skills. Let's put hands together to welcome our President, Toastmasters Sarvana.
Thank you, Venkat Palli. How are you all doing? Excellent. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters as well as guests. With the sound of this cable, I declare meeting number 705. I welcome the dignitaries who have joined today's meeting. Founder member DTM Sampath Savarajan, DTM Guru Prasad, DTM Thomas Abraham. Thank you for joining. And I can see a few guests who have joined as well. It's time for us to introduce the guests so that we can understand what their views are about this Toastmasters assembly. And before that, you might be wondering, what is this small coffee cup? We normally get coffee or tea at the end of the meeting, but I'm just having this, right? What is this? This is all what you have selected, okay? Let me select a theme of the day today. Theme of the day. I never thought. You too, Brutus. That's the theme of the day today. Okay. So I sincerely thank DTM Thomas Abraham to look into the theme of the day and let us know what this Brutus all about. Okay. Fine. So let us invite the guest to know their perspective of Toastmaster as well as what their expectation for today's meeting is. Yeah, yourself, please. This is the third meeting, I guess, right? Yeah, please. And DTM membership is already noticing this. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nishana, and this is my third session. Yes, people are familiar with me already here. I am based out of Aripuram, and I'm the co-founder of Workline. We are into HR work tech space. Here to explore Toastmasters Club. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Yourself, please. Your name and what's the expectation today? Yes.
Hi, my name is Mukul. This is actually my fourth session. So actually there has been a long gap between my previous session and current session because of various reasons. I wasn't able to attend the previous sessions. So maybe from now on, I'll try to attend the sessions regularly as possible. And my goal is to learn learn something today. Thank you.
I'm sure you will learn a lot of things today and you will be regular in upcoming meetings as well. Okay, good. So next one, yourself, please.
Okay, I'm Mari Jyoti. I'm working as a senior software engineer in Camera AI company. Why I'm coming here, I just want to improve my communication skill because I was lagging in communication. I want to improve my communication and I want to improve my leadership quality. Thank you.
I don't see any lag in your communication skills, and I'm sure you will learn more here, and this will be a good session for you as well. Right? Anybody else? Yeah, yourself, please.
This is my second session, and my for joining this club is to improve my communication skills. That's why I did this here. So thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you. Keep listening as often. Yourself, please. Yeah. It has been a long time we have seen 5 guests.
Yeah, I'm Toastmaster. Hi, all. I'm Sandil. I'm from Barclays Chennai Toastmasters Club. This is the first time I'm attending a Toastmasters Club meeting in person. It was always been online for me. So I would like to see how far it goes. Thank you so much.
Nice. Thank you for joining. Well, any more guests whom I might have missed? Okay. Yeah, good. How many of you saw the last YouTube posting that we did? 704. Nice. I can see few hands that are raising. Any difference from the previous postings? Did you notice? Sorry? Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank you for that compliment. Right. Anything else you noticed? It has got YouTube chapters. That means if you click on any of the timeline that is mentioned in the description, you will directly go to that particular episode. So that means you can see, if you want to see presidential address, you can click on that. If you want to see your speech, you can click on that time and you can directly go to that. This is done to ensure that we will have more viewership. I can see at least 3 over here and myself 4, maybe another few who might have seen that, but I saw 34 views. So that means unless and otherwise it is a repeated view, that means more people are viewing that. Okay, so please cascade this message, and in future we will all put these chapters in future so that you will be in a position to track and see whatever is interested for you, because this is 2 hours long video and I don't expect everybody to watch the entire 2 hours, but exceptions are there like me, but that's fine. But in case if you want to see only particular episodes, you will be able to do that. And this came as a result of last week's XCOM we did, and this was one of the thought starters during that meeting. And we have implemented immediately. And I would appreciate if you go and see and put some likes. Okay, do some exercises, right? Subscribe, share, like, comment, so that will encourage the XCOM to do more immediately. Okay, right. Fine. Today is a special day. Yeah, do you know why? International Men's Day. Yeah, very good, very good. But that is quite easy. Is there anything special to that? Okay, let me put this way. For men over here, what was important on November 19, 18 years back? 1994, November 19, what happened during this particular day? Sorry. No. 1994, November 19, what happened? No. Our Sergeant at Arms is noticing this. Who said that? Yeah, very good, very good. Aishwarya Rai won the Miss World contest. I thought like men will be telling about this, but that's okay. That's all right. But I did know about that in 1993 itself. That Aishwarya Rai will become the beauty pageant in 1994. Because there was an ad, Pepsi ad. How many of you remember that Pepsi ad? With Aishwarya Rai, Amir Khan, Mahima Chaudhary? No. No. Okay. The famous words told by Aishwarya Rai. Hi, this is Sanjana. You got another Pepsi? Do you remember? Then I'm the only person who is in this room who remembers that. And one of the important things is, coincidentally or apparently, my daughter's name is Sanjana. And if you go back and search in Google on what happened in 1993, this Pepsi ad, nearly 500 plus names have been given as Sanjana for the newborn babies. My daughter was born afterwards, much later afterwards, but I was still remembering that during my childhood days. So that word is still lingering in my mind. But you might be wondering why he is talking about this. What is this connection with Toastmasters, right? Let me spin that. Okay. What is one famous Pepsi ad? Another famous Pepsi slogan? Very good. Ye dil mange more. I didn't expect anybody to answer this, but I was expecting more on Sanjana. Right. But anyhow, like good. Ye dil mange more. So in Toastmasters also, we always look for adding more. Right. So when we started with, we had a goal of 27 members who will be coming to level, unique levels. And so far we have 12. And last week, one person was added in that list. Dr. Pravda, thank you for being, thank you for completing the level and completing that in your TMA as well. And we now have 13 out of 27 that is needed. And I'm sure 2 more will be added by the end of this week or this sessions because they will be also completing that. That means we'll be having 15. And I would urge A. Dilmange more to add another 12 more so that we will be eligible for golden cable. So you got the connection? Okay, fine. Good. Very good. Thank you. Now, let us see. To take the meetings forward, what do we need? Toastmaster the day is needed, and Toastmaster day is preparing for the theme. I'm sure like it will be done. Okay. But before that, I would like to say November 27th is also another important day. Because yeah, we have our division contest and we have our own DTM Guru and then Toastmaster Jagan and Toastmaster Adishek who will be presenting Medley in the division contest. I would request every one of you to please log in or go to Sholinalo and attend in person. Yeah, that's right. Okay, fine. Yeah, let us all give a thumbs up for all the 3. Thank you and all the very best. Bring glory to Medley. Now, to take the meetings forward, we have Toastmaster of the day. And this person, I would fondly call as CEO. Charming, energetic, organized. And this person also has the reputation of having the highest number of attendants, at least for this particular term, from July 1st onwards. And he shares this along with another one more person. Do you know other person? Oh, I don't want to tell my name, but I mean, yeah, that's okay. But please put your hands to welcome DTM Thomas Abraham for taking the.
Good afternoon. Am I too loud as usual? Ye too, Brutus. If I knew this, who gave this cut to me among all of you? Who did this to me? Ye too, Brutus. Who gave this? Who gave this? I knew. Expect that unkindest cut from those who are close to you. That's life. But if I knew this, I would have come in Roman. Ye too, Brutus refers to something like the unkindest cut that a close friend of yours delivers. That is the essence of surprise, which is the essence of life. So to me, this thing that's been given to us by intellectually advanced person with a cornerstone, literally stands sitting at the corner, Jagan, tells us that face life expecting the most unexpected. That's my take on this. If I may ask you, Jagan, what's your top of the mind thought when you gave this topic? Topic to all of us, you including yourself. Remember, friends, our life often is faced by people who are not in the know. Here is an instance. Now, I must give you a quick background. I need to know my time, where I start, where I end. Yeah. So, why look at Toastmasters? Led the way by having an external meeting with nothing fixed. So here after some initial skepticism, we went towards that and decided to compromise and we had some kind of an external meeting. Then we had the selection of a topic from a selection of topics. You must do better than that. Today we have done a selection of topics with no selection except what's in your mind. I appeal to the ExCom. Let us, if Medley cannot do it, who can do it? Let's start a 100% blue sky ExCom meeting. If it's 2 speeches, fine. Let's do that. Let's show to the world and before that to ourselves that we can do it. We can take surprises. So that's my reason for, suggesting something like this. Taking things forward. One is, imagine you visualize to see snake shamas, elephants, gurus, the yogi gurus in yogi poses. And the next step, stage here. This is what our friend Christopher Columbus saw 15th century when he roamed in America. It was not Australia, but it was a mistake. But the world made a big feast of it, isn't it? How we have dealt with that discovery of the new world. What do you think? Let's bring it closer to all of us. Any of you, back to the exam. You went to the exam. The subject was different. Has it happened to anything? No. How do you date and don't ask me which date. Date the person or date the number. I'm not even a calendar. Exactly. Sure.
My exam was in morning.
See, that's the point. You miss the bus, it's always happens. You notice that, no? There's always happens. You miss the bus, then there's life on. Something like that. That's the problem. Yeah, sorry. I read somewhere, I don't have all the details because I decided I will come for this meeting without any preparation to myself. To prove what, I'll tell you at the end of the day, if the timer allows me. 9/11, lots of people, the tragedy, how it's changed the world. But do you know some lucky people escaped that fate and how? Can anyone? Yes.
My friend, he came running down all the way to he said, he
didn't jump like the others.
He came down.
That's right, he didn't jump.
All this 20 years, he came down running the store.
Look at the exceptions. There are other interesting things I found. I don't have the details like that. I didn't prepare today. I'm told that at least one person missed the bus, the train, therefore he was being there. Another one, he stopped to tie his shoelace at the tube. He missed the train. He missed this tragedy. Another one, the child, his school-going child, wanted a change of dress or something. He realized his son. He escaped. So, surprises. The beauty about surprises is, at the moment, we are disappointed. But we never know. Maybe it's a better thing that's happened. Therefore, no comment. What I'm saying. We get concerned about what's happened immediately. We have no vision. We don't have that going back zoom vision to see, pull back vision, like in a movie, to see the entire situation. I want to once again seek some more thoughts from you. I'll get the, where's the timer? Oh, timer, okay, fine. So I get the hint. I'm going to come back to this a little later. Let me now, for the benefit of especially the 5 welcome guests, tell you, a typical Toastmaster meeting like this has 3 major parts. First, we will listen to a couple of prepared speakers, prepared on the basis of a very thorough manner in the part of our education system. I'm sure you will come back and enjoy it yourself. Then we will have table topics for all of us. Do join in. You will be given a topic. talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. That will take the fear out of, oh, the surprise element, today's theme. That will take that surprise out of your system. Third, important for us, we are the teachers about all professors. Third is the evaluation. Evaluation to each of these prepared speeches will be done by one of the Toastmasters based on the evaluation. So this is a broad agenda. And whereas I will come in between and make a noise, there is someone else who is in charge of the quality, which you would see for yourself. The quality of meeting, it doesn't come through habit. It doesn't come through chance. It is not a surprise. It is a price we earn for ourselves through discipline. So that, to make sure that everything goes right, we have a quality chief. In Toastmasters, we confuse people with some different names. I'm called TMOD. What does it mean to you? It means Toastmaster of the day. Simply put, and similarly, the quality chief is not called QC. The quality chief is called G. Why G? Nothing to do with that famous company. This stands for General Evaluator. This evaluator, along with his team, keeps a watch on all quality parameters and reports at the end of the day so that the next meeting, which I'm sure you'll attend by their guests, will be even better. That's how we go into this endless cycle of improvement. To do that, we have a very similar person. You'll be surprised, but he's actually a finance person. I'm not presuming saying things that things don't go with. But today, G is Toastmaster Shankar, who is, in terms of his profession, a cost accountant, 60 years of experience in finance. He is currently working in one of the US MNC companies as a functional head. Please welcome Huber King from the club Toastmaster Shankar. Thank you, everybody. I'm not in that mood now. Yeah. How many of you like criticism? Hardly 1, 2, few. But on the other way, how many of you love a constructive feedback? I see a lot of hands are raising it. So constructive feedback, I think broadly know that it is analyzing of the person to do better. And it is not only for the speaker, even that will help for the evaluator. At the time of joining the Toastmaster, I was thinking that why we need for the evaluation, because I'm going to give a performance evaluation to my team once in a year. But trust me, Toastmaster, that was changed a bit. Because so many things I attempted with my management, that was not my cup of coffee. Probably I'll quote one example, which happened probably a month ago. One of my group CFO visited Chennai and he wanted to integrate with the ERP system. That is a multi-crore project. For that, we invited for one of the famous software company in our office. That discussions went for 3 years. Then at the end of the meeting, my CFO, Martha, called me, Shankar, can you give me your feedback? And since I was listening for the active participant fully, I was able to provide a constructive feedback. Trust me, that was well received by Martha. So if you ask me probably 4 years ago, that kind of the constructive feedback I would not be given. That enhancement which I got it from Toastmasters. So today, what TMOD told me that today I will be analyzing the entire proceeding of the meeting and will share my report that what went really well, what didn't well, really well, what it could be improved. For that, I have 2 teams with me. One team is evaluation team. Probably they will make their mass entry the later part of the meeting. And first, the team it is called TAG. For guest, T stands for timer, A stands for accounter, and G stands for grammarian. For T, that is for timer, we have the person today who is a doctor and working in a cancer institute. And she hails from Pondicherry and she's serving a secretary in Medley Toastmaster Club. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Prasanna Bani to read about timer objective.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time all the speakers, evaluators, and table topic speakers of today's session. I will use the green card when a speaker reaches the qualifying time, the yellow card when the speaker reaches the target time, and the red card when the speaker reaches the end of the allotted time. For the prepared speeches, at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. For evaluations, at 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2.5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. For table topics, guests, kindly pay attention as you will be invited to speak in a table topic session. For table topics, the allotted time is 1 to 2 minutes. You have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and not more than 2.5 minutes. I will raise the green card at 1 minute. You have to speak till the green card is raised for you to be qualified. I will raise the yellow card at 1.5 minutes and the red card at 2 minutes. You have a grace time of 2 minutes 30 seconds. All the other speakers also have a 30-second grace time on either side. At the end of the meeting, I will present my timer report. Thank you. Over to you, Jean.
Thank you, Dr. Prasanna Mani. Next, we move on another critical role called R counter. For R counter, the person who is I'm going to call upon is a chartered accountant and is an auditor in Medley Toastmaster Club and currently working in Disney Art Star. Probably you might be aware that he is working with the Star Vijay. In case if you want to have any tickets, sponsor, or if you want to meet anyone, please call on that person. For that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Rajesh Babu to come and present for our counter objective.
Thank you, Ji. As you told, for tickets, I'll need the CG approval. So I need to write an email with approvals. So yeah, of course you can contact me, but I'll see. Okay. So hello everyone. Generally, when we speak, we tend to use some unnecessary sounds and words. Sounds like or etc. And words like I mean, etc. So these are all unnecessary words which basically we use since either we are not prepared or we are in a hurry to speak. Sometimes also we repeat some words like I mean. I will note down all these words and sounds, and at the end of the meeting, I will provide my report. Once called by the GE. I request all of you to be mindful and try to reduce the use of all these unnecessary words and sounds. Thank you.
Anyway, we will not ask any tickets. So the next role, it's the again, it is an important and critical role. That role will be played by the person who is currently working in an NGO. And she is curious to learn new things, especially related to health as well as psychological stuff. She wants healthy competition and learn new things. In terms of extemper, then one of the Rotary meeting, a few of the senior made to present one of the topics so that the award will get for the particular club. And she did really well. Unfortunately, after that, they realized that she was not part of that particular Rotary club. For that, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Priya to read about grammarian objectives.
Good afternoon to all of the Toastmasters and friends. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to watch or observe closely the languages that is used during this meeting. Your word choices, sentence structuring, pronunciation, and phrases. Even the codes that you are making will also be noted by me. And if there is any grammatical mistakes, I'll also try to keep that in my report. When I was told that there was no theme for today's meeting, I was extremely happy. So I made this euphoria as word of the day. So today's word of the day is euphoria, which means extreme happiness. Now, how do we use this in a sentence? Medlians were in a state of euphoria for days after they won the golden gavel. So extreme happiness. I request all of you to use this word of the day whenever you are come to the stage. Okay.
So can I have a spelling, Priya? Okay, euphoria. Thank you. And I hope all the Toastmaster as well as the guest will be in euphoria. Okay, so thank you. So now I'm taking a bus. Now I'd like to hand over the stage back to GMOD to proceed for the rest of the meeting. What is it?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shanta. So you notice, friends, something? Surprise creates euphoria. Grammarian, please note my name as having exam. That's what intelligent groups do. Medley included, by the way. Go on, let's applaud ourselves. We are now on to the number one part that I refer to of the three parts, which is prepared. Without any further ado, because we have two speakers today, let me start with the first of the speakers. First of the speakers is Dr. Sandhya Arun Kumar. She is a people's person and her energy increases when she meets people. And she is a regular at every Saturday meeting. So am I, by the way. Her Toastmaster experience so far, she says, is life-changing, 1-2 words, opened a new dimension in my life. 10 words to me. Once in college, I asked her about a surprise element, the Googling that life throws at you. She said that she had to do an unprepared MC role in college, a substitute role, which many of us ended up with, and she pulled it off. You know what are the tricks? Reader's Digest, humor. You know, it comes 3 or 4 or 5 or at times one full page. She used a lot of that to pull it off. Now, as for the project that I'm talking, she's going to deliver today, which is from the dynamic leadership path, level 1, project 4, evaluation and feedback, the first project. For the information of the guests, after this is done and the feedback is obtained, she will deliver it again with improvements. It's part of the curriculum. And the title of the speech is the domino effect. Please note. Thank you very much. Please request the evaluator. Thank you very much for the intervention. Toastmaster Jagan, to please explain the objective.
So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice applying feedback that he received in this speech and deliver it in the second speech, and also to serve as a key evaluator on the second speech. That is the main concept.
Sure. Thank you. That's fine. Welcome on stage, Toastmaster Sandhya. Over to you.
The earth functions because of its gravity. That's the invisible one. This fan functions because of current, the invisible one. The law of universe states the invisible is the powerful cause of the visible. So grow your invisible, the visible grows by default. Greetings and good afternoon, dear Toastmasters, guest, DTM, and my dear friends. I have a son and I have a daughter. My son, Abhinav by name, he's 16 years old today. When he was 10 years old, he had an interesting incident in his life. I thought I would just share it to you. He was a little low confident child for no reason. One routine Monday morning, Eventually, it ended up to be a special Monday for us, a routine Monday morning. He woke up from the bed, was getting ready for school. I just came in, I said, Abhinav, can you make your own bed today, please? And I left. He saw the bed, he thought for a moment, he made his own bed, neat and cleanly finished bed. A sense of achievement inside him, inexplicable joy within him. With a euphoric state of mind, he entered into the room smiling, his eyes glowing with a sense of victory. No words he spoke. His attitude was his language. He built up momentum, and with the same momentum, he started cleaning his shelf. He felt so good seeing a clean shelf. Then he ironed his clothes himself. Then he went on to dust his cycle himself. Then he went on to pump air in his cycle wheel. Then he went on to filling his own water bottle to school. Then he went on to pack his own lunch. All tasks, one after another, continued. And then he jumped off to school. What an amazing day it was for him in the school. This is called domino effect. The domino effect. One small task which is achieved, which is celebrated within, creates a series of other tasks like a chain reaction, one after another, with minimal or no efforts. Like how you see in a cycle stand, when you push one cycle, the other cycles just fall on its own with no effort. This is called domino. But the original domino effect for me as a mother is something more than the habits inculcated in my son. It's something more than the discipline acquired by my son. It is something invisible that grew in him. When he rolled his bed and made it himself, his EEC combo, energy, enthusiasm, and confidence combo, was just 30%. When he started arranging his bookshelf, it became from 30 to 40%. It increased to 50% when he ironed his clothes, from 50 to 60% when he dusted his cycle, 60 to 70% when he pumped his cycle air, 70 to 80% when he filled his water bottles, 80 to 90% when he packed his lunch. Transformation from 30% of EEC to 90% of EEC within 30 minutes of time. It is all because of one simple trigger task, rolling up of the bed himself, task accomplished, celebrated within with inner joy. This is called the domino effect. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I have something to say to the Medleyans now. Tomorrow is Sunday. Domino effect is a mind game, simple yet powerful. You and me will begin tomorrow with a small task which is simple, which is achievable, which is completed, and which has to be celebrated within with inner joy. It could be a 3-kilometer walk. It could be a 15-minute silence. It could be 3 pages in a book, or it could be cleaning up of your shelf in the kitchen. I have selected my domino trigger task for tomorrow to read 5 English new words. Can I have some response from the audience? What would be your domino task for tomorrow? Can we have some volunteers who can share what would be their domino task for tomorrow? Anyone? It could be as simple as a walk. Yes, ma'am. Wonderful. 5 pages in a book. Anyone would like to share your domino simple task for tomorrow? Wanted to go to bed early today. Whatever it is, the most crucial element is you have to celebrate your achievement within you. You can either pat yourself and say, good job, or you can say, if I do it, I will do it to your own mind and then move on with your routine. I promise the day belongs to you. Plan your domino task every day. Your EEC, energy, enthusiasm, confidence combo will grow up intensely. Day by day, grow your invisible. One fine day, surprise the visible to the outside world with your ultimate success. Thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I think we're all ready for a domino effect. And as for the current setup, we will now have the second speech, first speech leading up to the second speech, which is by, let's hold that up. The second speech is up from the presentation mastery, level 1, 23, researching and presenting. It's called, the title is Keeping It Clean. The evaluator for the second speech is Toastmasters. Saravanan, may I request you to kindly tell us what the objective is.
The purpose of this project, that is researching and presenting in level 1, project 3, is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. All the best. Thank you very much.
Sure. So now who is the speaker? The speaker is Medley's expert, last moment standby speaker, ever ready, and our VP, our Vice President Education. He is the official level. He is a senior delivery manager with TCS, and he has 6 years here at Medley, and this is his second term in the ExCom. Am I right? So over to you. And then I asked him about the surprise part. Like this. All the answer. And the weather. And the music. He drove and overcoming all that we did from the way. All of it, I'm sure we will hear it as another last moment speech of it. Over to you.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Before we go to the speech, like I was in the off-campus workshop with the leadership, like in the Fisherman's Cove for the last 2 days. So then yesterday, right? So the HR team like brought in a twist. Like they had a packed agenda. Instead of following the agenda, they said that the weather is very nice, so we'll keep on the agenda. Let's do something different. Since the weather is good, like there were multiple teams on the themes of colors. Each team will have a different color. So based on your color, you go and take some unseen or uncommon pictures. So we will review it and then we'll see who is the winner. The outcome was awesome. Everyone was stunned, saying that like not about the pictures, the stories they have presented with the pictures, how they have like justified the pictures, why it is uncommon, why it is something new. So it created a lot of very different effect. Okay. So why am I talking about this now? I'm also trying to give a spin to this my project. My project is researching and presenting. I'm not going to do the offline research. I'm going to do the research with you people here, with the research available here and present here. That's the spin that I'm having with the project. I don't know whether it is applicable to the project, but I would take this risk. Okay. Now, I have set up, like I can come up with a topic. Keeping it clean. Let's see. One is before that, to make this project successful, they want active participation. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So please be free and free to participate.
Just keeping it clean. The little bit of the body is up. Keeps your mind. Okay. Your house clean. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so lot of inputs, but still it's something little different. But this is very, very basic and very, very important, but we shy away from talking about it. Okay, it's about keeping your stomach clean. All right. So don't get hesitate. Yeah. It's important. Let's talk through and then let's see what we can come up with. So keeping the stomach clean. Before we get into this, let's try to understand the process. What happens when you eat food? And then finally, like where we end up. So what is it happening inside our body? Digestion. Okay. Wonderful. We have a lot of doctors here in the room. Please come forward. Okay. Okay, I think what the little bit I have known about is that we have small intestine and the large intestine. The small intestine takes the food and absorbs all the minerals and vitamins and leaves the remaining, and the remaining goes to the large intestine. This is called colon, which actually absorbs all the water in the the partial diet, like digested food, and then it leaves the remaining. This is actually coming out of the waste. Okay, this is the process. We have the large, small intestine which absorbs the minerals and the vitamins. And the large intestine like absorbs the water in the food that we have. And finally, the waste is coming out. So this is the process of when you eat and then what happens after that. Okay, if this doesn't happen, right? So what is that? Like, what can be different items that we can talk about in this process? One is that why it is important. Why the digestive process is important. It doesn't happen, what happens? How do we make it better? How do we have some issues? How do we make it work better? This is a few topics we can discuss. Okay. So we understand all the processes. Okay. Now, why it is important? If it doesn't happen properly, we have some issues. The issues like we don't require energy to the body. Wonderful. Okay. So we don't feel like we are not the best of ourselves, right? That's the basic thing that we want to be. Okay. Anything else? Acidity. Sorry. Okay.
It will also affect your cognitive power.
Wonderful.
See, you will also end up with stress.
Constipation, and then we will not be full of energy, not in the respect of ourselves. We actually impact your wellness completely, right? So these are the different critical effects and issues that you see if it doesn't happen properly. Okay. Okay, so what else? What can we do to make it better? So how do you streamline this process? Metabolism.
Eating quality food.
We can do something about it. We can. Okay. Eat a lot of fibers, vegetables. Drink a lot of water. Like actually your food is in the water, like your weight is there, so it will get softer. But the amount of water that you drink, you can go out of the body. So that also creates a ripple effect. Like if you work out well, it improves your digestive system.
Eat at the right time.
Wonderful. Eat at the right time. So your body, I think we all know, right, that it works by the certain clock and the rhythm. So it expects something at the right time. Like you have to eat at the right time, so it processes well and it goes out. Like people normally say that if you don't eat something before you eat, don't eat at all. It's better that more than good that if you don't eat something instead of eating something. It's a different topic. We can get to it some part of time.
Only when not hungry.
Yes. Eat only when you're hungry. You are hungry. Wonderful.
Okay, so eat fiber, drink lot of water, eat only when you are hungry. Take care of your mental wellness, and take the stress out so that you feel better.
Okay. And one more thing.
Yeah.
We focus on it and do not get distracted by watching
Wonderful. It's very good. So when you eat food, focus on what you are doing, like irrespective of like reading something and eating, watching something and eating, and doing something else in the so we don't know what we are eating, and we don't taste the food, right? Feel the food. So
It's all your senses and
use all your senses, focus only on food. Okay. So friends and Toastmasters, though you might shy away in talking about it, it's very critical, very basic, very important. Please take care of it. Over to TM. Thank you very much, Toastmasters.
Dinakaran, for showing Medlians again how collectively we can write a book of science, as we did just now. Very, very interesting.
Again, to me, it falls into the overall theme of surprises and collectively creating. And so a pattern today. It was not planned, but many things happen unplanned. The next thing that's going to happen unplanned is you're being told
And you're being asked to speak for 2 minutes or more, 2.5 minutes, 1 minute to 2.5 minutes on a topic that the Toastmaster will give you. For the guests, grab it, grab it. The timings are 1 minute, you will get a green signal, 1.5 from the timer. Look at the timer then. 1.5 yellow, and 2 minutes red, and you can go for another 29 seconds. So to conduct this interesting show, good one. But budget comes later, right? No? I missed that. All right. There is a see the surprise element. It surprised me also. Today there is a fourth element, which is a business meeting. I'm so sorry, to be conducted by the former, previous president. He is going to present that last term's financials. Am I right, sir? Mr. President, someone have guests.
In this case, you have two different speakers. Could you indicate to at least you remember you already got the bands? Okay, the bands are also under preparation.
Everything is excellent today. Wonderful. So kindly note down the name of one of the two speakers who you thought did better than the other. Am I right? Both are qualified, but I should have qualified.
Both the speakers are qualified. Ladies are Dr. Sandra and Mr. Vinay. So we can Dr. Sandra, Mr. Vinay, finances.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Normally it is conducted by the president, but doesn't matter. These are all things we ourselves we can adjust a little bit depending on the circumstance. So, as all of you know, it is rather late. There was no fixed time for presenting this, but recently we said better to do it in the second month of this structural problem. But I had the special condition of 3 or 5 people not being in Chennai. In fact, halfway my essay vanished from the scene totally. And treasurer got into 2 accidents. One is he broke his knee. And he had to undergo a lot of testing, and finally he got a surgery done. The other one is he got married. So both of them got been very busy, and he was not in Chennai. So this created a lot of delay. But as you know, Toastmasters organization is a non-profit organization. And for the club, the number of methods by which you can earn income, basically there are only two. One is you collect the subscription from members, or you can conduct a program called a Pitchcraft program. And for spending also they have got some limitations. Because Toastmasters wants to preserve the prestige and name of the organization. If a lot of hanky-panky things happen all around, then that will be a problem for them. So the number of things you can spend for the meeting conducting, the hall and certain arrangements in the hall, like sometimes some other things may be extra cost, and the refreshments, and such things, stationery, and these things are there. So we don't have too many ways by which we can spend the money. On and off, we have some special meetings, like a picnic meeting or a lunch meeting outside, or a milestone meeting, during which we spend a little extra. And the contest time, we give awards, trophies and that. So you will find only these things are figuring in this. So last, the 6 months period, whatever was done, all this data was collected by our treasurer, though he was remote, he collected that, and he has made the accounts, and they have been verified and okayed by our auditor, Rajesh Sahwal. So can somebody make this on screen projection? You sent it there, anybody can do that. Okay, you can remove this. Just to tell you, one or two general things. The collection from subscription, we make in 2 days. One is April 1st, the other one is October 1st. Even before we start the process, we collect the subscription. So for every first on 8th of February, we make the announcement that we collect during the March. So that income part mostly is that only, and the only other income will be from small interest in the connect. Maybe there. So last year, 1 or 2 years, we didn't conduct any such, so there was no such. And the expenses of the report meeting because in addition to all the recent time, the Zoom fees is one more thing. The special expenses practically value. So this is what we have done. This in the sense that sometime back, inviting any comments or observations. Toastmasters, we had some comments raised, and I forwarded to the secretary, and he is parties within and okay back. Also. The negative effect is due to part of attending the Zoom meetings, the reserve fund, the surplus fund, amount is increased from 661,000, it is good to 732,000. So now it will not happen because making more expenses. Yeah. Most of the budget is usually discussed in more detail. So there is no actual passing of this by model. That's why I said even just everywhere. And in the case of expenses, of course, it is like a term resource. Nothing can be done. It's already gone. Only if something was really bad, individually, the misuse of funds, the person will come. In 20 years, I have seen this misuse of funds. I mean, up to 3 times, but only at the district level, not at the club area level. In fact, we don't have money from the pockets, I think. So, this problem doesn't arise at all. And happily, I don't think it ever happened in state.
Look at the time.
Because every never open us. You must have all seen this. The very small part of the final
And there is a list of navigators. The expenses, the individual expenses like request to remember the bills came under their page. These were actually the medical action. The same issue with the receipts for the money was split. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Next statement is effect first you would be expense and income.
Expand the display. Need to duplicate the display. Yes. Excellent. Okay. Expense income, right?
Yes. Yes. This is different from because last year the week we had no meeting. The less expense than expected. Later on, we went to IIT and research part. There was is a income minus expense as it shows in the model. So that 70,000 is added to 661,000 of balance previous balance and the final balance as a 29, 6, 22, 285. So this is what has come on July 1st. The income things the master meeting 3,044. All meetings 17,700. Zoom fees 2,746. Professional charges 6.9. Some of the Zoom fees will be part of it was done in the previous things were there. And the income of the Toastmaster renewal. New member guest fees and For the investor meeting, one of the things is awards and gifts. We had books to the people to come on. There. So this is what I have. If you have anything else, I can answer.
This is one of the things I could be wrong. This is the last one. Therefore, we have to approve. We will do that. In one and a half months.
What I would suggest here is like, I mean, who would have done the previous exercise? Is it like, I mean, it was pros and cons, or is it was? So, yeah. Yeah, that's correct. So, we suggest here is like, I mean, it was already, I mean, I've already said. Okay. And already said, and everybody have viewed that. So, it's just more for discussion. And then if somebody has any concerns, they can raise. But there is no need for any passing or anything because it is already sent 2 to 3 weeks back. So it was sent and anything in case if somebody has concerns, they can raise it and we can talk about that. This is my thought because I have been asked for that.
So we have many questions for the meeting.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Fine. This was a surprise. I didn't realize
If you're a meeting, yeah. So we'll disconnect. Thank you.
So friends, the surprise package I talked to you about, I'm sorry, I held it back a bit. To conduct that, may I call Toastmaster Dr. Prabha. She does multitasking. Professor Satyabama dental in the morning, dental practitioner in the evening, homemaker, mother of 2, and a Toastmaster. Absolutely. The Toastmaster experience, I think I will not take up time. I think you are well known to this group. Please do.
Thank you, TMOD. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So for the benefit, so we have arrived to the most interesting and excited part of our Toastmaster meeting, the table topics. So for the benefits of our guests, I would like to highlight on what is table topics. So as a table topic master, I will call upon some of the members and guests here. I will question you and you have to think promptly and give an unrehearsed answer. This is to improve your impromptu speaking ability and your communication. Okay. So since today's agenda was not known, I have formulated certain questions based on certain unexpected events or persons that we have faced in our life. So I think you know about the timing, the timer and CMOD have already highlighted for the timing. So to kickstart the table topic session, I will now request the distinguished Toastmaster, Guru Prasad, sir. Sir, can you describe an incident when an unknown person or an unexpected person is described when an unexpected person has made an impact on your life, either good or in a bad way? An unexpected or an unknown person has made an impact on your life. Be incident like that.
Dear table topic master, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Yes, even this is an unknown impact for me today. I had come with some idea of taking a speech and leaving with euphoric mood. But I ended up asking you two Brutus. Anyway, I still think about an unknown person that had made an effect on me. It was decades ago when I was studying in my college, and I had received an award in my NCC, and my mother was in Chennai. I was in my native hometown. I wrote her that I received an award, etc. She was so happy. She traveled from Chennai to my native hometown, Ambur, to meet me for the weekend. All of a sudden, the bus in which she was traveling met with an accident. So nobody in the bus was injured except my mom, and that too, due to that impact, when the bus hit the other vehicle, she hit herself in the bar of the previous seat, and there was blood oozing out. Since it was in her forehead, she didn't know what's happening, but everyone was scared because the blood was oozing, so much of blood was oozing out. But they didn't know what to do. It was just luckily 3 kilometers before my hometown. So while reaching, she knows very well there is a doctor who's known to us running a hospital just 100 meters before the bus stand. The driver said, wherever you want me to take, I will take. I don't care about the rules of bus stand. I will drop you even inside the hospital. Tell me where to stop. A person who was traveling with her, he took his handkerchief and tied my mother's forehead. He got on with my mom. I don't know where he was traveling. He took her to the hospital, got her stitched, safe. Then he informed our house, and then he said, thank you very much. He left her. An unknown person, I don't even know. I thank him every day for saving my mom from some catastrophe. So this is what I remember about an unknown person helping my mom, indirectly me, on a particular day. Thank you very
much. There will be someone unknown to us who will help us on this in disguise or in emergency. Yes. So the next speaker for the table topic, may I call upon Toastmaster Sendil Kumar. Toastmaster Sendil Kumar. An opportunity to become one day CM. What changes he will bring to our state? What changes he will bring to our state?
Okay, so since you won't be noting that, right? Talking about changes that I would like to bring in as a CM of the state. Yes, we have seen a lot of things happening today in the news channels. The public disposal department, we are doing a lot of things to control the water that keeps flowing in every part of the channel. So we see that coming up every year on year, when there is rainfall, there is always a flood in one area or another area. And I see that every time the departments, they go and take action for a specific area, and the problem gets addressed for that area. Next year it will be a different area. That's how it keeps happening year after year. And the developments are happening in a very fast manner, more than the way the public works departments are doing it. One side, the government is working on what they have got in their hands as a problem, but on the other side, we see that private companies and private establishments will start developing their infrastructure at a very faster pace than the way this public works are happening.
So as a CM, I would like to put a control on that. I would like to keep a check on the way the public work are happening and the way that the other growth is happening across the country. Secondly, there should be one, I would say, like integrated work that should happen. It's not happen like, today, some authority, like, drainage department is going and digging a hole. And the next month again, we see that quite frequently, right? Electricity department will come and dig up next to the next department will come and dig up for a fiber optic cable. It keeps happening every hour. Even though we complain a lot about it and we see it in social media for a lot of time, it doesn't change. So I would like to see that integrated work happening across all the reports. So those are the things I think I will bring into the state as a beginning.
I think you have suffered a lot with all those. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Speaker will be Toastmaster Shiva.
Unexpectedly, he was offered an opportunity, but without thinking twice, you have rejected that, and later you have rejected. Is that really? Later you have regretted for that. You didn't reject that. Regretted later. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and guests. There's been quite some times I have rejected some offers, not only in my official life, I would say, even in my personal life. And many occasions I have even not taken many responsibility in this forum also. Once this event I could remember and regather is one time I was offered to take the role of a lead when I was in my previous company, IBM. At that time, I was asked to take over to lead a people of a small team of 10 members. And I have rejected it due to the fear I got at that point of time. I sincerely regret after this day, and what I could have gathered from the knowledge I could have gathered, the experience I could have gathered would have helped me a lot to what I'm doing right now. I sincerely regret that. And that at that point of time, I decided I will not reject any offer or any offer. Whatever offer comes to my hand, I will grab it with full hand. Thank you.
Listening that you will utilize the opportunity next time from him. Next speaker is one guest, Mari Jyoti. What is the most unexpected gift that you have received?
Okay. Okay, my name is Mari Jyoti. When I joined this company, that unexpected gift, that one is one day my director called me and he is telling like, we are giving a promotion to you. You are promoted to senior software engineer, like he said. I was surprised. What? I am a senior software engineer. Like that, I was surprised. I not able to accept that. I'm resolved to the position, senior software engineer that I was thinking. And then he said that you have 100% reserved for the position. You are promoted to senior software engineer, like he said. He was very happy. Unexpected gift for me. And the next thing one is one day they call one meeting was happening in my office. They suddenly called Mari Jyoti. They are giving the award, the spotlight award. They called me Mari Jyoti. I was surprised. Because he's award. That award is very. I felt very happy from that. Very happy, very extremely happy. What before, yeah, that time.
We can have Toastmaster Renu here as the next table topic speaker. Surprisingly, God appears before you. This is your list. What will be your list and why?
Okay. Very good evening to all of you, fellow Toastmasters and guests. If God were to appear in front of me, by the way, it's not being recorded. It's still on screen share. Okay, so if God were to appear in front of me, then my wish would be that everyone in this universe should be free of all problems that they are facing, and they should be brave and strong and carry themselves forward with great confidence. That is what I would wish for. Because I feel that when we wish for others something very good, when we wish for everyone, in the end, we feel so happy and we also get benefited. So that would be a euphoric moment for me. If God were to appear in front of me without any kind of expectations from my side, I think that would be like me being in heaven and seeing God face to face. Definitely a state of euphoria. Thank you.
I wish God will definitely come to your dream and ask for a fish. Wish because you wish for everybody. So the next speaker will be a guest again, Jitu France. Assuming that you are not committed, if an unknown girl suddenly comes and proposes to you, how will you react?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a very tricky situation actually, because yes, it is definitely funny. Yes, yes. Yes. So it is highly unlikely that a girl will come and approach me for such with such an intention, because maybe but assuming such a thing happens, I will try to get to know her better, because you know a person might be a very good looking girl, but still that girl could be someone who is boring. And getting to know her better will will help me to build a good relationship. So I'm not I'm even though I'm a committed person. So so very tough to assume. Because yeah, still coming back to the topic, I would try to get to know the girl better instead of saying yes directly, just like that. Thank you everyone.
Definitely, your girlfriend is not boring. So next speaker. But oh, yeah, you can come. What's the name? Suresh. Suresh. How do you plan? You win 1 crore rupees in lottery. How do you plan spending that money?
Okay, so again, this is another unlikely event, isn't it? Winning a 1 crore in a lottery. Well, if I have 1 crore, So the first basic thing, you all guessed it before I even said it. Obviously, the wise thing to do, invest in something else. But last time I was talking about investing in real estate and stuff, but today we'll be investing on us over here. Let's invest in our knowledge. So it's about buying more books, reading about how to even make more money out of this 1 crore, maybe get some financial knowledge to make 1 crore to 2 crores, make a use some of it, and then maybe even make some donations for some companies. And so this would be my investment.
What's the challenge you have? Anybody wanted to volunteer? Yeah, please come. Yeah. What's the name? Malati. Just catching a bus, train, or a flight. Better answer. Okay, then you cannot have this question. What you think is the blessing in disguise in your life?
Blessing in disguise. I'm Malti. I'm working in Sangeeta Mobiles as marketing branding manager. Actually, why I say that is I'm having much fear start to influence in public. That's why I'm here. And the question, blessing this guys. Okay. Actually, I didn't face that kind of situation really. Some of the topic,
Gone on a well planned tour or a trip or a holiday. What unexpected event that had made the best part of it? And it was unplanned that made the best part of your trip. What it was.
Unplanned. Okay.
I was very well planned trip or not planned event that made more interesting.
4 or 5 years before I went to Kerala with to my friend family function. So in that function, I got an opportunity. So because of that only, I completed my career to marketing field. I thought it is my blessing, unexpected things which I got from that family trip. Thank you.
The third part we talked about. The third part we will move into, which is evaluations. And to conduct an entire evaluation session, I call the daily Toastmasters family.
Dear Toastmasters, we are entering one of the important segments in Toastmasters, that is evaluation. We all seen that the 2 eminent speakers were delivered an amazing speech. The first speech delivered by Toastmaster Sandhya. For that, we have an evaluator who is on software by profession, a music composer, and the music is already available in Spotify. And the other thing which I love about this guy is for high for details. Wait for evaluation, wait for speaker, wait for TT speaker as well. And other one which I loved about this guy is I don't find any Toastmaster club which prepared the TMOD as an impromptu one. He did it probably 3 weeks ago. And this is the second time. This is a different story. Toastmaster Jagan, I would request to call upon Toastmaster Jagan to evaluate Toastmasters on their speech.
Thank you, Shankar. Quality is not an act, but a habit. Nothing that is as fitting example to that quote as Sandhya's speech today. Ravda's Sandhya's speech today. She was in front of Ravda's in front of Sandhya. Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, Toastmasters and friends. Sandhya's speech today is Dynamic Leadership Level 1, Project 4, Evaluation and Feedback, Part 1. As the Toastmaster of the day mentioned, there will be a second speech, and after that, she'll have to evaluate another speech in order to complete this project. And these are the three strengths that I see in her speech. Now, first of all, the structure. If anybody wants to write a speech, I'd suggest go back to this recording and see how she has structured the speech, starting with an abstract introduction, which does not have much relation to the title of the speech, the domino effect, and she was talking about invisibles. And then the greeting, the salutation comes in body 1, where she talks about the sun and then defines the title of the speech, gives the textbook definition, body 2.0. She talks about the lessons that she learned from body 1.0 because she had defined what a domino effect was, and then asked the audience, ended it with a conclusion. The structure of the speech, if we are struggling to find what structure that we could go back to this recording and see if this matches. So there's a very well crafted speech in a sense that these are clear transitions between them. The structure of the speech, as the project also expects her to do. The second strength that I see is that attitude was the language not only of her son, but also of her. The language that she used, the accentuation that she had, the authenticity that she had, the conviction in her, in the story, and the assertiveness that you have to show in front of the audience. The third thing is that, of course, I could go back to say you could have had body language, you could have done that. But the fact is, from 30% to 90%, to show it from here to here, this was visually pleasing to me, and it conveyed what the impact of from traversing through body 1.0 to the definition of the title and then body, the transformation was very clear to me. These are the three strengths that I see. Where could I suggest the area of improvement? If you close your eyes and then what is the bottom line of the speech? There are two things that I see. One is the domino effect and the other is the invisible. They were traveling together like sea and the sky, but never meeting each other. They were at places, they split like two railroads, but they never met each other except one place where she talked about if you were to follow domino effect, your inner peace or inner happiness would come up. So I felt the abstract introduction was not closed at the end. It was not massive conclusion. The bottom line of the speech, whether it's a domino effect or inner peace, what is that? So that's where I could not find a clarity in that. I was expecting something. So to summarize, the structure of the speech was good. Her attitude on stage was good. The body language that she showed with the main core idea of the speech. If she could have this bottom line, which I will talk to her later, I'm sure this speech in the next one would be much more impactful. The domino effects would be much clear, simple, achievable, committed, and certainly celebrated. Over to you.
For constructive feedback. The next speech was delivered by, the speech was delivered by Dinagaran, and this speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Saravana. I would request Toastmaster Saravana to evaluate Toastmaster Dinagaran's speech.
Thank you. One thing is pretty clear. Toastmaster Dinagaran was teaching his younger son or daughter the 10th book, CBSE Human Digestive Systems. And he came directly from here and delivered a speech. Okay. There are two things I liked in his speech. One is, if you see the project objective, it says, or the purpose of the project says, it should be a well-researched and well-organized. Research part, I will come a little later. I will tell about the well-organized speech. There are two things I liked. One is the technique that was followed. It is called as crowdsourcing technique. When you want to do something, get from the crowd itself and deliver to the crowd. Okay, that's the best technique, and he followed that first. Second thing is curiosity. What is the curiosity that is coming out of this? So he prepared a topic with keeping it clean, and then asked us, okay, what is clean? Everybody told like, okay, my thing, this one is clean, that one is, but he twisted, spin that, and then said that it is the cleaning of stomach. That's the curiosity that has arrived. That is very good. But it created a fear factor in me. because I was reading through the entire purpose of the project and the manual. And when you told like, I mean, you are spinning that, I mean, that created a fear factor, but I thought that I will take it as a challenge. Okay. But these are the two good things I like in your speech. There are three suggestions I would give. The first suggestion I would give is on the well-researched purpose. It's clear, like, I mean, you want to do the research here, right? So then you could have used another technique called as social experiment technique, where you are posting the questions directly to the social teams, okay, for here, and then ask sociological as well as psychological questions so that you can derive that experiment out of them. So that is one technique, very strong technique in research world you could have tried. That is first thing. Second one, funnel technique. When you have a lot of things that are involved in the topic, right? So for example, how is the funnel looks like this, right? So you have lot many things in the funnel and you are narrowing it down. So you ask so many questions, right? So what is there in the stomach, mental health problems or all these things that are part of the funnel going inside. But you could have narrowed down on one thing, acidity or any of the sort, and then researched about that, because there are so many doctors out here. There are 5 doctors, so you could have asked that question, so they would have got something from their journals or professional documents and would have cited that, so that would become a credible source for you to do the research here itself. Researching, whether you are doing it home or here, it is always effective. But if you could have followed this funnel technique, you could have used the doctors for a TT session and definitely you would have completed your speeches. So that's the second one. Third one I would say here is, you started with the fear factor, swing factor, but you could have finished that strongly also with the same statement and connect to the title. So these are the 3 things I would say. If you can do that, you can do that very well. So to summarize, it's a good speech. It's an organized speech, I would say, but you would have followed these 3 techniques: funnel technique, crowdsourcing technique, as well as the novelty thoughts, and then put that into use and extract it from the crowd itself. That would have been much better. Over to the general.
Very insightful on the Toastmaster Dinagaran speech. Timer, can I have the qualified evaluator? Okay, and also can you please let me know the overall qualified TD speaker? Just a minute, can you please raise hand so that the audience? Yeah.
Toastmaster Siva, guest Bharat Ravi, Toastmaster Amy, and guest Chitu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasanavani. Now it is time for the tag report. So for the timer report, I would request to call Toastmaster Prasanavani to share a report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The presiding officer took 8 minutes. Toastmaster has taken, just give me a second to add all these. 8 minutes. GE has taken 8 minutes 30 seconds. Speaker 1, 7 minutes 10 seconds. Speaker 2, 7 minutes 30 seconds. The double session went on for 15 minutes. We were behind by almost 13 minutes until then, but then it caught up to being behind by only 5 minutes now. For the table topic, DTM Guru Prasad sir took 2 minutes 8 seconds. Toastmaster Sendil Kumar 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Shiva 1 minute 12 seconds. Guest Hari Jodi 1 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Renu 1 minute 12 seconds. Guest Kitu 1 minute 45 seconds. Guest Suresh 42 seconds. Guest Malati 30 seconds. For the evaluations, Toastmaster Jagan has taken 3 minutes 26 seconds and Toastmaster Saravanan 3 minutes 24 seconds. Thank you. Over to you.
So the next tag player, it is our counter. For that, to submit for the our report, I would request Toastmaster Rajesh to come on stage.
My counter report was like this. Speaker 1, Sandhya, had a clean speech. Speaker 2, Dinakaran, had used live multiple times, otherwise it was clean speech. DTM Guru clean speech, Sendil clean speech, Tiva clean speech. Guest Mari Jyoti has used a couple of times. Toastmaster Renu, it's a clean speech. Guest Jitu, couple of times.